Controversial new gaming laws are set to be debated in state parliament this week, but there are concerns harm minimisation measures for those using poker machines won't go far enough, with a series of amendments expected to be brought forward.
These machines have been the subject of heated debate in Tasmania since the 2018 state election, set to become even more fiery this week, with the future gaming markets legislation set to be brought before Parliament.
This legislation has been the most discussed legislation that I've seen in my 20 years in public life.
The focus will be on whether harm minimisation measures go far enough. The Premier confident they do.
The legislation is robust, it is sound, and it will deliver on what we said and set out to do.
Others not so sure.
This really is Parliament's opportunity to try to get this right and to mitigate the harm.
Federal MP Andrew WILKIE also weighing in.
At this point in time, the state government is pushing ahead with so-called reforms that will do nothing for the public interest and will just line the pockets of the pokey barons that backed them at the election before last.
Pushing for a series of amendments, including lowering the maximum bet per spin.
This week, each member of Parliament can do the right thing. They can stand up for the community that they're supposed to represent and put in firm, good measures around harm minimisation.
And if the government forces this through the lower house with little debate, it's going to be up to the upper house to take action.
Labor still holding back on outlining its policy.
We've committed to introducing harm minimisation amendments if the government doesn't.
But what those amendments might look like?
Well, it's purely speculative until we see the bill.
The legislation is expected to be tabled in the lower house tomorrow and debated on Thursday. Meg SYDES, 7 Tasmania News.